dramatic.
Hello everyone, my name is Yellow and welcome back to another one of my videos. Now, this is a one-off video, I guess. It's going to be about the EVW roster, I guess. I mean, I just finished all 20 picks, as you've seen, and in the ring right now is 6 of those. And you might notice that Ryan Renegade there in blue and El Luchador have different attires. And yeah, there's a reason for that, which I'll get onto in a second. But yeah, the EVW roster has now been completed. All 20 people have been shown, and the 20 people who have been shown will be the remaining 20 people. There will be no one else added to the roster. There will be no one taken off the roster. And yeah, that's pretty much it, really. The reason that Ryan Renegade in the ring right now and El Luchador just outside the ring have different attires is because some of the calls that I made were very, very rushed. Not to say that those 2 people specifically were rushed, but there's around about half of the roster where I don't like the attires of the people. Everyone in the ring right now are in their final attires because they are some of the best attires on the roster that I have made, I guess. But there's a lot of people who I uploaded and the attires weren't great, but the reason I still uploaded them was because I wanted to get one out a day. And you know, when you're limited to uploading 1 call per day, you don't really have too much time to create a lot of really good attires. And you know, the first few, well, yeah, the Scott Hero, Chris Thunder, they took a while to make, and you know, I'd already made them before I even began to think about making this project. And then there's a few people like Kang and Kano who their attires are really good, even though they're quite simple in a way. They work well for their characters. But you know, there's a lot of people like the Vice Brothers who their attires were the worst out of all of them, and a few of you had some opinions to say on their attires that they weren't very good, and I know they're not very good. And you know, there's a few others here and there where I'm not fully satisfied with their attires, or maybe I wanted to change a tattoo here or there and stuff like that. So you know, it's going to take me about a week to have the show up and running, because I'm not just going to be playing the universe mode, I'm going to be doing storylines and stuff like that for the entire roster. And all the episodes themselves will probably be quite long episodes, so instead of having one majorly long video, and by long I mean around about maybe an hour and 20 minutes, like around about that length, that's how long each episode's going to be. So instead of making everything in one video, I'm going to split up the parts. I'm going to have probably 5 parts. So then it's split up into maybe 20 minute sections, or well, not that long, maybe 15-minute sections. And yeah, that's what's going to happen. So there's going to be like 5 parts, 15-minute sections. So then in them parts there'll be like the entire, like, 1 match plus whichever storyline option I choose to have, maybe a cutscene here or there. But you know, obviously some parts won't have any cutscenes. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna do like 20,000 cutscenes per episode, because I'll run out of things to talk about and things to do. And you know, I'll be able to progress storylines along a lot further if I did less about a certain feud per episode. I mean, the Daniel Bryan universe mode I did, that was tough for me, because you know, I had to think of something to continue the storyline along each individual episode for Raw and SmackDown. So you know, it was difficult for me to think of ideas to continue the series to go along with, whereas with this, at least I get to have, you know, there's 20 people, so you know, there's going to be a lot of feuds with the tag teams, with the singles competitors, and you know, by having all those different feuds, there's going to be a lot of options for me to do throughout this entire series. You know, I mean, as the roster stands, I think there is 11 heels and 9 faces, which is a good mix. I wanted to try and get about half, and 11 to 9 is pretty much evenly split. The one guy who I have changed from face to heel from the original roster was Prince Adrian. In his video, he was heel. I mean, he was face, and you know, I didn't like his attire or anything, which is why he's one on the list of people I still have yet to change. And you know, being that whole like royalty gimmick, that it's quite difficult to have him being face, which is why I've switched him to heel. I've healed up his attire a little bit, I've changed his look around. I mean, you know, there's also a few people where their whole facial features and stuff have changed as well. Like Dustin Lovecraft, who's in the ring right now, on his original video, when I made the call, I didn't realise that I forgot to change the facial and body morphing features. And you know, the body morphing isn't as obvious, I guess. I mean, you know, it's not as obvious, but the face morphing, when I was recording the video, I sort of noticed that it was a bit default-ish, I guess. And then after I'd uploaded it, I went and double checked, and I realised I didn't change his facial morphing at all. So I went back and changed that, and that made him perfect. So you know, there's a few people where it's just like the face morphing that I need to change, or maybe a hairstyle I need to change that doesn't fit with the attire, or little things like that, maybe a paint tool that's wrong. I mean, I was thinking about changing Jimmy Jester's kilt design that he's wearing right now, for like the green outline, I guess. I was thinking about changing that, and you know, I even started to make a paint tool for it to change it, and then I realized it's actually pretty good. I don't really need to change it, to be honest, so I decided to leave it the way it was. But you know, there's a few people where I do need to change the tires and stuff like that, so the series will begin next week, so that means it'll give me a week to change around 8 people. Well, actually no, to change around 6 people, I guess, because I've already finished with 1 or 2. Well, yeah, El Luchador and Ryan Renegade have already changed. So you know, it gives me a week to make a couple more tires, especially for the Vice brothers, because they were the worst. There's just one simple attire that I'm not going to change, and that's JJ Sanchez, the Cuban Nightmare, I think I nicknamed him. I won't be changing his attire, even though it's very, very simple. He's just wearing the jeans with the JJ on the side. And I won't be changing that, and there's a reason for that. A lot of big guys in wrestling, like in all promotions, like they seem to have plain attires, and you know, he does already have 3 tattoos, plus the hairstyle I kind of made for him, and you know, he does have a simple attire on the jeans, well, a simple paint tool on the jeans, so I didn't bother wasting my time recreating his attire. So you know, he's gonna stay pretty simple, but everyone else, you know, I wanted to keep up the gimmicks and everything, so I'm gonna try and remake a lot of people, as I said, and I think that's about it. I'll be making all the cutscenes, all the matches myself. I mean, I was originally just going to go through Universe mode and play all the matches it gave me with the superstars that was already given, but I decided that I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to create the matches for myself. So, you know, I've got my own original matches in there, like, because one week it could be a terrible match where it's like a tag team going up against each other. Like my GM mode series I'm doing where I had Rikishi and Sky 2 Hottie going up against each other. But yeah, I'll be changing that so the matches actually make sense. It's not so much like face versus face or heel versus heel now. It's going to be actual storylines that help, a bit like the Daniel Bryan Universe Mode series. All those storylines were made by me, and the matches that I had were like customly made as well. But I think that's about everything. I've already made the championships on the show. There is the EVW World Heavyweight Championship, the Internet Championship, and the EVW Tag Team Championship. So those are the 3 titles. This is the arena, obviously, that you've been seeing in all of the roster previews, I guess. And yeah, I think that's about everything. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. it'll help me a lot. Just a little quick recap. I'm gonna start uploading the episodes in a week's time from today's video. So yeah, look forward to that. That'll still be happening, and of course I'll still be uploading other videos in the meantime. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you're looking forward to the series, and I will see you next time.